What? Who made that? Who made that? Let me see. Let me see. Click on it. Oh, hold on. Chloe, look at this. What? Let me see.
I could put a pillow in the chair.
Chloe, come here. I feel like you're the only one that would understand.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not sure what this means. This is a character on Roblox, but it says... What? I know, that's why I said.
That's not my character. That's a game.
Oh, it's a game?
All right, guys, welcome back to Authentic Alphas. It's time for another lesson. So as you can see, this one's going to be pertaining to Kim Kardashian mostly, and then it's going to be some Kanye West in there. And I'm going to bring it all together and make it a useful, teachable moment. So anyone who's familiar with my content knows that I'm not into the gossip. I'm not into the current events and all the distractions that everyone else is feeding into. It's pretty fucking pathetic how weak-minded the human species has become, how easily distracted and fully entertained with nonsense that is of very little importance. But at the same time, I also am branding myself on making any and every moment a possible teaching moment, right? So let's get into what can we learn from Kim Kardashian and the situation with Kanye West. Now, of course, I'm always looking at things far, far deeper than the surface level. I'm always going to give a unique perspective and a useful one. And the problem with people is they don't know how to read into things. They couldn't even fathom. And how we got to that as an entire species is by making vocational training and the public school indoctrination system mandatory. And that's why governments made it mandatory, because governments literally are here to control your mind, govern your mental. All right, so I mean, it's really not hard to figure out. You need to get organisms when they're young if you want to condition them to behave the way you would like them to be. You don't buy a fully grown dog and expect the dog to behave the way you want the dog to behave. You get the dog as a puppy, you imprint on it, and you begin training within the first 4 months. After I think it's 4 months, the dog's brain is fully developed. So you have within that time frame to train that dog to your liking. That's the obtain moment. Now, human beings aren't any different. The first 7 years of a child's life is where you're going to do majority of the imprinting, majority of the conditioning is going to take place. So it's not a surprise that governments all around the world agreed to make it mandatory by law that your children need to attend public school, or they need to attend some type of schooling. And it starts, of course, at a very young age, pre-K, you get them in there. And from that point on, they are producing the civilization that they want. They are training these children, they're conditioning their minds, and developing the exact society that that particular nation wants. And all the nations are working together anyway, so it's all the same game. It's just a different language. All right? So none of this stuff should be hard to understand, but I guess it is. I guess I have to accept that people just aren't that bright. But in any event, we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to point out how absolutely everything that you see, especially on the screen, is just all part of the world stage. And they don't start these things in, that moment. They build these principles, these peoples, these characters. They build them up over time. The point is, the plan always was. So there is no celebrity, there is no athlete, there is no politician, there is no public figure or popular person or influencer or whatever the fuck, okay, that isn't orchestrated, all right, that isn't produced, that isn't created. Everything that they put on that screen is heavily calculated. Reality TV is just the same. You guys aren't going to tell me about reality TV because I've been on several reality TV shows. The first thing I'll tell you is there's no such thing. It's just as scripted as anything else. It has maybe a lower budget and they do things in a shorter time frame, but it is, like I said, scripted. Whenever you see all these dramatized characters on reality TV shows, they are coerced, they are instigated, right? When I was on a reality TV show, they literally tell you you're going to have to pick someone to be a love interest. You're going to have to pick someone to fight with. I had a friend of mine that was on the Jersey Shore. They told him the exact same thing. They said, pick a girl to, have a fictitious relationship with. You're going to kiss her on camera and the whole 9 yards. Dude had a girlfriend for years. She was pissed about it, but that was the job. Now, for the viewers watching it, they actually are under the impression that this shit is reality, that this is real, and that these relationships and interactions are actually organic. Okay, they are not. All right, so let's bring this back to Kim Kardashian, because this is the example that I'm going to use to show you guys exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So when Kim Kardashian broke with this sex tape, there's a reason why I got all this media coverage. There's a reason why it was so popularized. All right, so we're going to get into all of that. But what I want to start with is how nothing that's happening to Kanye West is anybody else's fault but Kanye West. Now, obviously, he's a plant. Obviously, he works for those people. Obviously, he does what he's told, blah, blah, blah. That's not the correlation that I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is if we're using him as an example, the lesson that should be learned is whatever happens with the woman that you choose is your fault, because like I said, it's the woman that you chose. The same way that I have no sympathy for single mothers unless the father of the child died or was abducted by aliens, unless we're talking about those type of circumstances that are beyond either of their control. I don't have any sympathy for it because she chose that guy. I don't want to hear the father of your children is an alcoholic. I don't want to hear he's abusive. I don't want to hear he's toxic. I don't want to hear he's a liar, because that's the dude that you procreated with. Simple. And if a woman didn't even marry this guy, she didn't even bother to marry the guy before she had children, then where exactly did he prove that he wanted to be a father and stay and stick around or whatever? That right there is the ultimate test. It's not what a guy says, it's what a guy does. So unless he's marrying the woman, whether it be shotgun marriage or he married her before she was pregnant, the point is he is not showing with his actions that he wants to be with her and raise children. Therefore, she shouldn't be pregnant out of wedlock. Case closed. Now, I'm going to use the exact same level of judgment and the lack of patience when it comes to men. You can't tell me that your girl is lazy. You can't tell me that your ex is a lying, cheating bitch. You can't tell me she's ungrateful. You can't tell me she's a cheater. You can't tell me any of these things because you picked this broad. That's the broad you picked. All right? So you're guilty of that. So when we're talking about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, the obvious glaring, red flag would be she had a sex tape with Ray J. After meeting females and deciding how you're going to characterize them, the first question you should be asking is about their family and their relationship with their father. The problem is, majority of guys are interacting with women from a position of desperation, from a have-not, from a scarcity mindset, how you say. And how the saying goes, beggars can't be choosers. So essentially, you dudes is out here begging for attention and validation from these women, so you don't feel that you're in a position to choose. So what do? You choose poorly. And then you have all these issues that follow later on in the relationship.
But at least Kim had her dad.
We were such daddy's girls.
I worked for him in his office. I learned so much from him.
My dad wrote me this letter about respecting my body and not letting a man treat me a certain way or take advantage of me.
The irony in this story, or at least how the media is trying to paint it, because again, pay attention, Kim Kardashian, if you haven't noticed, is the Jezebel spirit reincarnated. That's what she represents in our modern generation. So they're giving you this image of her as if she had a good father, she had her father in her life, and supposedly he taught her to respect herself and value her body and not let a man take advantage of her. But yeah, this is the same woman that had a sex tape with Ray J. This is the same woman whose claim to fame is monetizing her sexuality. But the whole message that they're trying to give these modern women is that sexualizing yourself is empowerment. So use your intelligence. You should be able to see the mental gymnastics that they're doing right now to convince people that this is the type of behavior for strong, independent, empowered women. But really, again, it's just the Jezebel spirit.
But her dad's advice didn't stop her from throwing herself blindly into a relationship.
Now we're giving the impression that somehow Kim was the one that chose Kanye. Nonsense. Kanye was the one that was simping for Kim. He chose her. He idolized her. He fantasized about her. He chose her. After not only a sex tape with Ray J, but a long history of short relationships with other celebrities, right? So just in the public eye alone, Kim Kardashian has already been passed around. No quality man should be dating this woman or giving her any type of commitment. But yet, we use this woman as a symbol, as an archetype, as a character to convince the modern woman that somehow she doesn't lose value with multiple sexual partners, right? So this is the underlying message that they're giving the women, because Kim Kardashian is supposed to be the most valuable, chick of our time, right? So if she can do it, then how is it that an average woman couldn't do it?
A sex tape made by Kim Kardashian and her long-term boyfriend Ray J was leaked.
You know there are people who say that you put it out yourself.
Why would anyone put that humiliation on their family?
Because what were you worried about most, yourself or your family?
My family.
What is the first thing that would normally come to anybody's mind when we have something as inappropriate or as embarrassing as a leaked sex tape? The first thing that a woman would be thinking about, or that you would be thinking would affect the woman, is the reputation of her as well as her family, correct? But yet it was this woman's sex tape that not only made her famous, but made her entire family famous and iconic. Now, I imagine that majority of the population is mentally weak enough and their IQ is low enough to believe that somehow that happened naturally and organically. People actually believe that there's no hidden hand behind the Kardashians becoming this, this huge celebrity family of reality TV stars. Again, the average person, IQ, extremely low. The point is they chose to make this family famous. They chose to showcase this family and use it as a tool to bring all of this mass degenerate behavior and lack of morals throughout our entire society. This one family, right, is affecting the women of 3 generations. Kim Kardashian doesn't just affect women in their 40s, women in their teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s. That's 4 fucking generations of women's moral system ruined, right? Their value system shot. One woman is able to do that, okay? That's the power of the Jezebel spirit.
Is Kanye West the new fairy tale?
It's very comforting to have someone that knows everything about you, that respects you.
There we go, guys. You got to listen to the wording, all right? Media is all about the wording. This is how they manipulate women in masses. And they do the same thing with the guys. They just do it using the athletes. Using the professional athletes is how they get dumbass men to change their ideology and have this this pendulum change in what used to be accepted and what now will be ushered in. Now listen to her wording. Kanye West respected her. You see what I'm trying to say? So basically what they're doing is they're erasing the shame in this woman's behavior, and they're also validating her, right? Pedestalizing her while displaying high-valued men still somehow respecting her with this reputation and with this past. Nonsense. Nonsense. The problem is the kids are going for it. Why are the kids going for it? Because they're fatherless. So when you have guys like Kanye West that grew up without a father, nobody told him which women were of value, which women weren't of value. Nobody explained to him how you rate them, how you determine a woman that is deserving of your respect, of your last name, of your commitment. Yeah, you don't give whores, sluts, prostitutes, promiscuous women your last name, bro. And you damn sure don't give her your children. But here we are with this becoming the norm. And I'm showing you how it happened. This didn't happen overnight. This took a while, right? And I watched it happen. I watched it happen over the last 25 years. I watched them turn Kim Kardashian into some type of, justification for whorish behavior, right? Our grandfathers would have never accepted this type of woman in their home.
He's put himself up against the world for me when everyone told him, you cannot date a girl with a sex tape. You cannot date a reality show girl. It's going to ruin your career.
Absolutely. Ruin your career, ruin your life, ruin your reputation, and ruin your legacy. But notice how they're talking about it back then And notice what they're doing with Kanye today. So I'm going to get into how in the beginning, it's all, it's all fairy tales, it's all fun and games. But now in the end, it's always the man's fault. It always falls on the man. So when you guys pick irresponsibly, you pick poorly, do realize that when that relationship comes to an end, when she starts being destructive and starts destroying everything, she's going to destroy you. She's going to destroy your relationship. She's going to destroy your ties to your own family, your ties to her family. She's going to ruin your relationships with your friends, with your colleagues, with your coworkers, with your children. And then it's all going to be your fault. When she's done with you, you're going to be the bad guy. You're going to be the toxic one, which is why it's so important that you choose wisely, men. Look how many men have built themselves up only to be destroyed by a woman. I know a lot of you guys aren't familiar with the Bible, but there's so many stories, story after story after story of strong man that was brought down simply by a corrupt woman. What the Bible's trying to tell you is that pay very, very close attention to the women that you lay with.
I love this person and she's worth it to me. She's my joy.
Kim would give up anything to make Kanye happy.
From day one, Kanye has always been someone in my life who's always pushed me to
You
dress.
are my wife, and it affects me when pictures are too sexy.
You built me up to be this sexy person.
I obviously want to honor him.
But when her daughter North was born, Kim's priorities started to shift.
So now they have the nerve to paint Kim Kardashian as somehow responsible and having a shift of priorities for Kanye and becoming a mother, and Kim would do anything for Kanye. This is the same woman that wouldn't even let the man come to his own daughter's birthday party, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Look at how the media plays with your mind. And you don't notice it because they do it gradually. They don't do it from week to week, month to month. They do it over a course of years. They made Bill Cosby the quintessential black father for generations, and then they convinced you that he was a rapist all of a sudden. See what I'm trying to tell you? Look what they just did with Kim Kardashian. She went from being a whore on a sex tape to all of a sudden being the the power couple, and then the mom of the year, and now what's happening? Now she's about to be the symbolic single mother, the boss babe single mother. Now is what's coming. And Kanye is going to be destroyed. Look at what Will Smith just went through. He went from being the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to this mega movie star. He did it all before The Rock even did it. And now what is he? He's an embarrassment to himself and his family. What happened? Who did it to him? Was it a woman that did it to him? Or was it his choices that did it to him? It was his choices, guys. All right? So forget about all these celebrities. The point I'm trying to make is bankers, lawyers, business owners, there's plenty of valuable men that get destroyed every day through the hands of the women that they chose. Stop choosing poorly. Your punk asses need to learn how to go without. If you can't find a quality woman, then go without. Move to another country. Do what you have to do. Stop settling for less because it becomes problematic later. Right? All these men that keep on compromising, their value system, or compromising what they should be accepting, what they should be going for, just to have an attractive woman, you're setting yourself up. You guys are setting yourself up. You're putting way too much value in the pussy. You're putting way too much value in having a woman in the first damn place. And if your thirsty ass just absolutely has to have one, you need to still pick smart. You need to still pick wisely. Because I don't care how good the relationship is for the first year or two or whatever. Doesn't matter, okay? But when she's destroying you and taking your children from you and taking your house from you and ruining your reputation, yeah, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years or whatever that was blissful ain't gonna mean shit when she's destroying your world. When you're considering suicide, okay, the first couple years of the relationship that was good, they're not gonna matter anymore. Stop being stupid.
Father Robert Kardashian was an attorney in the infamous murder trial against football star O.J. Simpson.
That I was 14. I pulled up to the gate on my way home, and there was all these cameras outside. And then that night on hard copy, it said, Robert Kardashian's mistress pulling up to his house. I couldn't believe it that they were making this stuff up. And that was my first real lesson with the media.
Kim Kardashian saying something negative about the media, or judging the media, or saying that, my father taught me a lot about the media. I learned this and that about, really? The same media that you're in bed with? Kim Kardashian is the media. So Do you see how ridiculous this is for her to, with one breath, tell you how the media is bad and paints a false narrative, but then that's all she is in the media, on the media, with the media, being paid by the media, being made this household name by the media. So which one is it? Just like black people are stupid enough to listen to the media tell them about white supremacy and about white privilege and about, racist police officers and about injustices to black people. It's the same media telling you this. And that same media is funded by the same people that fund Black Lives Matter. So which one is it? Which one is it? Are they Black Lives Matter? Or are they the news media that's instigating you to feed into racism and oppression? Which one is it? Goddamn, people got to stop being so stupid, man. All right, so now Kanye West is, gonna have to go through it because he's not gonna be able to father his children and enforce any type of rules or discipline like he would want to. But look how the media is over here siding with the woman and somehow justifying small children wearing makeup. Again, this isn't about Kanye and Kim. I did the stepdaddy thing for a while. And you know what the first thing I changed was? Allowing the girls to wear makeup. And it's interesting because I said the same exact thing that Kanye said. I said, listen, go upstairs, I remember the movie that was coming out. It was the movie Immortals. Immortals came out and we were going to the movies as a family. It was my girl, her sister, and both of the girls, right? So we got two young girls. One was 9, one was 11. And my girl was like 36 at the time, and her sister was like 29, turning 30. So it's just me. I'm the only guy, and I'm going to the movies with 2 grown women and 2 little girls. And the oldest girl came down, 11 years old, mind you, with makeup on. I said, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? I said, listen, go back upstairs and go take off this makeup. She looked at her mother. Her mother said absolutely nothing because I discipline the children. I decide the rules in the house. See, this is the problem with the whole stepfather thing. You guys are over here taking care of another man's children. You're over here paying for it, and you're not allowed to discipline the children. I didn't even have to have that conversation because I was already disciplining her. A lot of you dudes come in there wondering why you can't discipline the children because you can't even correct or discipline the women, you idiots. You don't even have that authority. So of course she's not going to give you the authority to discipline her children because you don't have the authority to tell her anything. So you already failed. You weak ass men already failed. Being a stepfather isn't the problem. There's nothing wrong with that. That is an honorable thing to do. Okay? Being a single mother or dating single mothers isn't even the problem. The problem is the character of the women and the relationship that they have with this guy coming in. If you're not disciplining her, you're not disciplining the children, you're not the man in the situation itself is flawed for that reason. Not because she's a single mom. Because you dumbasses be dating women that aren't single mothers and you don't have any authority over them either. So the problem isn't that she has kids already in this particular situation. Yes, that's a problem, but that's not the problem. The problem is she doesn't respect you. She doesn't admire you. You don't have that dominance. You don't have that authority in the relationship. When you do, you don't even have to have the discussion of, so am I allowed to discipline the children? There's grown-ass men in relationships with women that are the mothers of their children, and they can't even discipline their own damn children. The mother is over there going over their head. They tell the kids something, the mother says, no, let them do it, it's okay. The mother raises her voice to the father of the children in front of the children. No wonder the children don't respect you, because the woman doesn't respect you. If the woman doesn't look at you as an authority figure, the children cannot. They cannot. All right, it's that simple.
Whenever households separate, there's of course going to be a bit of a struggle between how each parent wants to raise their kids. In the case of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, Kanye is furious that Kim is even allowing their daughter North to be on TikTok, and back in 2019, he apparently got very angry for letting her wear makeup. Kim did file for divorce in February of 2021, citing irreconcilable differences, so perhaps this incident contributed to that as well.
So back to my story. So I told her, listen, go back upstairs and take off that makeup. She cried. I let her cry. All right? She cried in the car on the way to the movie theater. But interestingly enough, once we got to the movies, that girl was inseparable from me. She held on to my arm the entire time. When we were in the movie theater, she had to sit next to me. And the entire time her head was on my shoulder. Because the part that I left out was, after she went upstairs, took off the makeup, and she came back down crying, I pulled her to the side and I had a conversation with her. I said, why do you feel that you need to wear makeup? And she said, because we're going out. I said, what does that have to do with wearing makeup? She said, because I want to look beautiful. I said, Dessa, you are beautiful. You're beautiful every day. You don't need makeup to be beautiful. You're already beautiful. And she thought about it for a little while. And she said, yeah, but mommy wears makeup. My auntie wears makeup. And I said, they wear makeup to try to look young. They wear makeup to try to look younger than they are. Your aunt's 30. Your mother's 36. You're 11. You don't need makeup to look young. You're already young. I said, your skin is as beautiful as it's ever going to be right now. You don't need to put anything on your skin. All right? I said, the makeup thing, you save that and reserve that for cheerleading meets. When you have a cheerleading competition, fine. The entire team wears makeup. You guys are going to be on camera. You're performing. I get it. Okay? I said, other than gymnastics competitions, other than cheerleading competitions, you're not wearing makeup until you're a teenager. I said, are we agreed? She waited a couple of seconds. I said, listen, Dessa, that's the rules. That's what it is. It's not going to change. So do we have an understanding? She said yes. That was that.
Allow her eldest daughter to wear makeup, but only on special occasions. She goes on to say, I'd let her wear, she has a little red for Christmas, I'd let her wear a red lip, or I'd let her do one pop of something. I'd let her, if she's wearing a black dress, a black lip, so I kind of got in trouble from Kanye for that. However, she then added that Kanye made her change all of the rules and ban their kids from wearing makeup until they became teenagers.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was doing what I felt I should be doing. Come to find out, it was exactly what I should have been doing. The problem was solved. She didn't wear makeup again. She accepted it, right? But in the mother's mind, it was okay for her to wear makeup all along. It's not. It's not okay for her to be sexualized at such a young age. The point I'm trying to make here is that women, majority of the time, are not even equipped to make these decisions. They don't even know what's the right decision. They don't know what's appropriate. This is why they need a man to be there to make these judgment calls, so that these decisions aren't made based on fucking feelings, right? That are going to end up being way more problematic later on down the line. You have to protect yourself from women first by choosing the right women. And once you've chose said woman, now you need to protect that woman from everything else that's outside, that's external, and you also have to protect her from herself. That's the job.
Kim adds, North is trying to get in on the makeup, but she's being blocked heavily because her dad has stopped all makeup for her until she is a teenager. But that was then and this is now, and now that Kanye isn't always around the house, Kim has become much more lenient with these rules, which has caused Kanye to claim that she is letting North wear lipstick and do TikTok videos just to antagonize him.
All right, so the next issue is this social media, not exclusively TikTok, but social media in general. This is the next issue now with the kids. And I know a lot of my brothers, a lot of my consults, a lot of guys in general are dealing with this. If you have kids, you're dealing with this because you're trying to keep your kids off of social media, and it just makes you seem like you're the bad guy because everybody's on social media. Every kid's on social media. So it's like, how do I tell my niece that I don't want her on TikTok when everybody her age is on TikTok? Her mother doesn't see any problem with her being on TikTok. My brother doesn't like it, but he's not enforcing it like he should because, he's just like, what am I going to do, bro? Everybody's on this shit. Yeah, you don't understand how much of an issue this is, right? But apparently Kanye West does, okay? But look how they're making him out to be a madman simply because he doesn't want his underage daughters on social media, especially TikTok.
North just casually taking over TikTok.
Social media is such a great tool.
And a great way to show off the adorableness going on at home.
I got on A hard as she got on stilettos. She my best friend.
To kick off Thanksgiving weekend, the reality star joined TikTok with an account called Kim and North. And so far, the fans have been treated to some amazing mother-daughter.
Moment. The reason why it's far too late for Kanye West to take issue with Kim allowing the girls to be on TikTok or social media is simple. It's simple. Because you married Kim Kardashian. You had children with a woman that's entire life is all about being on social media and being in front of the camera and being in the public eye. So how the hell did you think that later on down the line, when you had kids with her, that she would not be having them participating in this type of shit? The point is, you picked a woman that didn't have any values, that didn't have any morals, any integrity whatsoever, and no loyalty, because she's never had a long-lasting relationship. So what made Kanye think that somehow Kim was going to change? So this is all Kanye's fault. There's no sympathy for him. There's no, oh my God, this is destroying him. Oh, this must be so hard for him. He can't see his children. What Kim is doing is wrong. No. Listen, screw all that. The bitch he chose was wrong. All right? And he had better options. But, of course, he was doing what he was told. He was listening to those people. It's an arranged marriage. But the rest of us, in the free world, we're free to make our own choices. All right? We didn't sell our soul. We're not controlled by the elites. So if that's the case, it is your responsibility to choose the right woman from jump, so you don't have to be going back and forth with the mother of your children, arguing over whether or not your 11-year-old can be on TikTok. You see what I'm saying, guys? If you pick the right woman in the first place, she would say, ask your father. Back in the day, good women, that's how they answered that question to their children. Ask your father. It's up to your father. It was understood the father was the one that decided the rules and what was allowed and what wasn't allowed. And in the absence of the father, the mother can make that decision because she would already know what the father would want and what the father would say. That's how you run a functional household and parent your children, co-parent your children. But parents arguing over the rules, you know how ridiculous that is? Imagine going to court and they arguing over the law. They don't even know what the law is or what the rules are. How are they going to convict you or find you innocent or find you guilty if they can't even decide what the fuck the rules and the laws are? It's ridiculous. You and the mother of your children need to be on the same page. Pick the right woman.
Did Kanye West destroy Kim Kardashian's family?
Kanye West had an epic meltdown.
Everyone thinks he's having a breakdown.
Y'all tried to lock me up.
My husband is really outspoken. He has the best heart.
Hey, stop it! Brother, all of you stop it!
She's going to be a single mom. He is going to be a lot to deal with.
Kim has been trying to get Kanye help for his recent episode, but he's refused it.
You give me some advice, but I don't listen to it.
It's going to be very embarrassing to the children.
Kanye revealed a devastating secret about North.
She knows this is something North will see when she gets older, and that's heartbreaking.
I can't. He fell in love with me and I fell in love with him, and now my feelings have changed.
Kim Kardashian steps out without her wedding ring on.
What were you worried about most, yourself or your family?
My family.
So basically, Kim is showing women that, it's okay to make your ex, the father of your children, whatever man that's not letting you do what you want to do, just make him look crazy, make him look like the bad guy, make him look toxic, and just play the victim. Listen, Kim ain't had to show women how to do that. Women already know how to do that naturally. The point is, you need to pick a woman that doesn't resort to those type of tactics because she has, integrity. She's honest. She takes accountability. See, if you pick a woman that has some type of character to her, you won't have to worry about this type of shit later because that's just not in her. You see what I'm trying to say? This is why it's very important that you choose wisely, because so many guys act surprised when the shit hits the fan, the relationship goes sour. They're surprised. I can't believe she's doing this to me. I can't believe she said that. I can't believe she accused me. Look at Benzino crying. Yo, you snitched on me? You snitched on me, Agatha? Athena, you snitched on me, Athena? He can't believe that the mother of his children would tell the police on him. Well, first of all, you picked a woman that would put the father of her children in jail for something that he didn't even do. You should pick a woman that even if you did do it, she wouldn't snitch on you because she's loyal to you. That's what you're supposed to pick. Not a woman that's going to tell the police you did something that you didn't even do. You're supposed to pick a woman that would do the opposite. A woman that would lie for you, not a woman that would lie on you. Pick smarter, guys.
I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life and have to explain to my children one day.
This dumb bitch is acting like it's a surprise now that she has to explain this to her children. Mind you, there's footage of her years previous saying that she knows and understands that one day she's gonna have to explain this to her children. But then when the day comes, she acts surprised. One more thing that I want to point out. If anybody is stupid enough to think that happened on reality TV spontaneously and it wasn't staged, I'm sorry if you're offended, but you're a fucking idiot. That's what I said. You're an idiot. For every person out there that watches reality TV and thinks it's real, you are officially an idiot. You can even tell by the camera angles that that was staged and rehearsed. Okay? So that means that Kim Kardashian is monetizing the awkward and uncomfortable situation of having to tell her children about her sex tape. Wow. Wow. What won't this woman sell? All right. So anyhow, on that note, I'm out of here, guys. It's really not that hard. Be patient. Use discernment. Choose wisely. Stop thinking with your dick or what. I don't even know what the hell you guys be thinking with sometimes, bro. I really don't. Because like I said, I talk to men on a daily basis. That's what I do all day, every day. I'm counseling men. And I hear the stories coming from every direction. And it's been like this for years. For years. It's been like this. When I was a teenager, I was listening to guys and thinking to myself, why are you even dealing with this chick, bro? Like, why are you dealing with this chick? Like, we know the reputation of this chick. Why are you trying to make her something that she's not? Fast forward to the future, and now I'm watching grown-ass men do it. The difference is there's a hell of a lot more at stake when you're in your 30s and your 40s. When you're a teenager and you're in your 20s and you're dealing with the wrong women, it's risky. It's not a good look. But when you're in your 30s and your 40s, you are playing with fire, guys. You're playing with fire. Okay? You need to take this shit seriously. This is probably the most serious thing you need to be worried about because it puts everything else in your life at risk. All right? You're jeopardizing everything you've worked for. All the other dangers and bad decisions you've avoided they're not even going to matter once you let a woman destroy your life. You get what I'm trying to say? Anyhow, I'm out of here, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Get in the damn emails. Get on those consults before you do something stupid. All right? And I'm saying that because the goal is to genuinely try to help men. So I'm helping guys when they already fucked up. But I'm seeing that what I need to do is keep putting out these preemptive reminders because a lot of you guys just be walking into some dog shit. And I'm just like, you saw the dog shit. Why did you step in it? This is what I'm thinking when I talk to guys. I'm thinking like, you mean to tell me there was that many red flags and you still did what you did? So guys, please hit me up ahead of time. Ask me before you do the stupid thing. And if you think the question might be stupid, then you need to ask me even more so. Because you guys are feeling that it's stupid, but you do it anyway. You guys are convincing yourself to take all this unneeded risk for these girls. I guess they're pretty. I mean, how pretty are they, bro? How pretty are they that you guys are destroying your lives over here trusting these women, putting yourself in a position to be vulnerable, all right? It's not necessary. If you're feeling shaky about it, something doesn't seem right, or if you're just not 100% sure, whatever the case is, hit me up before you do something stupid. All right, guys? Get in the email. Also, 100-day Get Shredded Challenge. Helpful, useful, positive distraction for a lot of you guys, and a great timeout from women. So I'm also recommending that too. If you need to think clearer about women and what you're doing and the decisions you're making, jump on this 100-day challenge. Focus on getting in the best shape of your life, detoxing, eating clean. You're going to think a hell of a lot better on the other end of that 100 days. All right, guys? We're out of here. Peace.
Let me see. Click on it. Ah! Oh, hold on.
Then I looked at it and it said something super inappropriate, like Kim's new sex tape.
No, it was an inappropriate thing that popped up on his Roblox about me. That says they're leaking something that someone said.
This is supposed to be unreleased footage from my old sex tape. The last thing that I want as a mom is for my past to be brought up 20 years later. This is some real embarrassing shit, and I need to deal with it. And I will deal with it. I just cannot believe this is happening right now.